post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the premier indoor golf experience in the state. The weather in the winter months is cold, windy, and as unpredictable as a tee shot on the 450-yard par 4. With top-of-the-line full-swing simulators and a PGA teaching professional, Back Nine Golf is there to help you improve your game and lower your score. Back Nine Golf is open to the public with 24/7 access for members. Learn about Back Nine's variety of memberships today and see the facility for yourself at 7501 South 15th Street in Lincoln, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Back Nine Golf, your premier indoor golf and events destination.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Eustis Body Shop started as a single shop in Eustis in 1979. Since then, we've been getting Nebraskans back on the road. We treat our customers right and have never forgotten our roots, even as we've grown to 8 locations across the state. That's why Eustis Body Shop works hard to ensure our customer safety and offers free loaner cars to keep you moving. Eustis Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustis Body Shop. That's who we are.
This is the Don't Punt Hour with former Nebraska receiver.
Throwing over the middle, completes the pass. He's got speed to the end zone. Touchdown. 45 yards.
And return specialist.
This time he beats the kicker and one more.
DeMornay Pierson-El.
Not only does the sideline have confidence in Pierson-El, but Pierson-El has confidence in Pierson-El.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program.
All right, welcome in. Don't Punt Hour. Good morning, Pierson-El, Harrison Arns. You guys are always welcome to join in via the Starter Heyman text line, Facebook, YouTube, X, Channel 961. All great ways to join in. You can put a face to the voice through the streams as well. Plenty of things to talk about. Good morning, Pierson-El. But as always, before we get into it, how's it going on a Thursday?
Not too bad, not too bad. One more day to the weekends here, so the countdown started.
Sorry for me already, buddy. I'm off tomorrow. But I hope everyone has a good productive Friday. And I'll be back here on Sunday. So it's not like I'm just taking the weekend off. I got stuff to do as well, but I will be back on Sunday. Also be here for another hour after this one. We're here until midnight, keeping it local for you. Plenty of things to talk about. This one, I'm assuming you may have seen it already, but this is the ultimate we told you so. And you and me were on this. You and me are geniuses to see this coming. A lot of other people saw it coming. Did you see the NCAA basketball story with some gambling?
The people throwing the games?
Yep, bingo. Inside 6 college basketball games, the feds say were fixed. Goes on to give you a little bit more detail before we dive into it. On March 5th, 2024, in Buffalo, Chicago, and Fort Wayne, Indiana, men's college basketball players on 3 different teams were preparing to do the exact same thing, play badly in their games on purpose to help bettors win, federal prosecutors say. It was a 70-page indictment. And the alleged gambling ring bribed 39 NCAA basketball players on 17 Division I basketball teams to fix over a dozen games over the 2023, 24, and 24-25 season.
How you get caught years later? That's
didn't do a good enough job,
I guess. And so I got a question. In situations like that, who do you punish more, the athlete for intending or the people behind it?
You go get the gambling rings. Are you kidding me? You punish the players and like the gambling ring's still there. They're just gonna get the next
find new ways to sneak in.
Yeah, they'll find 39 more knuckleheads to throw away their potential college careers to go bet. And it's what they're doing is interesting.
So what would be I don't want to say what would be a fair punishment, but what punishment fits the crime for the athletes?
A season at the very least. Do you go harsher or no?
Is that a redshirt season or like regardless, like you use it, you lose a year of eligibility? I think
that's fair.
I do. I agree.
I mean, if you're going to be willing to throw games, that's a heavy punishment. That breaks sports as soon as that gets mixed into the water.
I don't know how you like make sure that doesn't necessarily happen again. Because what happens if a guy's confidence is just kind of going off after that? Like, how do you gauge how he responds after that? Because everybody's going to be thinking it.
Yeah, I mean that's his problem. Don't do stupid, silly things.
Yeah.
And you have to go get the gambling rings first.
Oh,
right?
for sure.
They're
I mean,
convincing.
throw the book at him. I agree with you on that one. I'm not. They're both wrong. I'm just saying, like, how do you people make mistakes and everything like that. I'm just saying, what's an appropriate punishment?
I think a year of eligibility, no matter what, off the table. Because you're hurting
community
a lot.
Service.
And community service.
Any fines?
Yeah, and you got to help out the janitors. You don't get to play the season. You got to help the janitor crew, and you got to clean up after the games and help the crew. You got to contribute to the team in some way. You're not getting a complete write-off. That's too harsh. I wouldn't make him do that, obviously, because that would destroy a kid mentally if you did that to him.
Yeah.
On top of losing a year of eligibility, on top of the embarrassment that headline's going to be in the news.
It's just like I said, it's a crazy situation to where I don't even understand how it's gotten where it's gotten to in the collegiate world. Like it's just everybody's seen it coming. The integrity is definitely on the line. We've seen it in pro basketball, collegiate basketball. I mean, you wonder how many other games. I joke and kid, and I'm not accusing the kid at Texas A&M, but that first half of that first playoff game for A&M,
Yeah.
So I'm not saying, but a situation kind of like that, it looked very, very,
It looked weird.
Yeah.
And weird isn't always the best place to label a crime, but it's a good place to start and potentially
So,
investigate.
I'm not saying like that happened, but I'm saying situations like that to where like that first half was terrible.
Yeah,
Like I mean, not him at all. And then in a half, you go off in 2 quarters. So it's just it needs to be fixed, or the guidelines need to be very very strict to where players and how they operate with stuff.
Well, and that's why when they allowed these guys to start betting on pro sports, it was like, what are we doing? We're creating more problems. We already don't have a good grasp on keeping it out of the college game. And now you're going to go let these guys bet on pro sports. And we've talked about that before as well. Like there's intel. Like you don't think a guy at Nebraska, and this isn't nobody in particular.
No.
Say you got a guy in Nebraska who went to the NBA and he's now on the Lakers. And he's sitting there and he wants to throw some bets down. And he's like, let me go hit my guy up in Nebraska. And the guy in Nebraska says, hey, this guy's not feeling well. He's out today. Or this guy was terrible in practice all week. Or this guy's got, his girl.
Inside trainer. Oh, he's listed as questionable when really teams know that Tuesday, Wednesday, he's not playing.
Exactly. And if you put your bet in early, well, if that's not out yet, the odds are going to be in your favor. So there's that potential. And then on top of this, like I want to set the scene for how they kind of figuring this out in the college game. And where I think these gambling rings are attacking are going to be these smaller schools where these players don't get a ton of NIL money. So you can bribe them with, hey, if you do this, like, and you're not going to get the NIL money, you're not good enough to go to, a Power 4 school. The best you'll ever make is like $10,000 maybe.
It's enough money. Like the gamble of the risk is like, like I could, but probably not. Like nobody's paying attention, nobody's watching, so more likely to do it than not.
Yeah, it's those smaller schools, and then on top of that, like a lot of these guys, smaller schools, some of them will, break the barrier and they'll make it to the NBA regardless. But some of these guys aren't thinking about their careers after college. I'm sure a lot of them want to, but you get to a certain point in time where you maybe kind of see where you're at, and if they know junior year that's.
I'm thinking up the punishment. It has to be 2 years.
Okay.
A year is not enough. It has to be 2 years. I'm sorry.
Fair. I mean, you have to be harsh. Otherwise, it's not going to stop anyone.
Because it has to. I feel like it has to. They have to really sit there and think, like, that $10,000 is not necessarily really worth it.
It almost
because if I get caught, that's 2 years gone. Out of the building. I mean, you're going to school pretty much for free.
Well, and then with those 2 years of eligibility, if you're not on the basketball
and
team,
you can't go nowhere.
That probably takes your scholarship away too. Now you got to pay for school for 2 years if you want to still get your degree.
I'm not saying all of that. That might be a little. I'm not saying kids make mistakes. I get that. You know what I mean. I'm not saying throw them out, but definitely the climb back to the peak of the mountain or where they feel comfortable enough to do that should be a difficult way. I'm not saying punish them. It shouldn't be the hardest thing, but it should definitely, the consequences of getting caught should make them reconsider. Like, you know what? No, I'm good. Like, that money is not going to be worth, the future of stuff.
Yeah. It's tough, right? You don't, the hope is that it's a big enough punishment that nobody even tries it. And you kind of have to have it be a pretty harsh punishment to set that standard where people, like, if someone says like, hey, you can make like $500,000, like you're more scared of the punishment than the potential. Like that's the problem with these gambling rings is people will do a lot when you throw a lot of money at them. So you want to be nice to the kids and you want to keep it light. But if you keep it light, again, like if it's just 2 years of eligibility and I know my career's over and I'm only getting like $5,000 for NIL every year,
I might risk it.
Yeah, $500,000. That's life-changing money. And I just got to throw a game with like North Texas and some state school, we'll say, UC Upstate. There's 50 people, 150 people in the crowd. I don't care. Now, I hope a lot of kids don't have that mindset, but that's the fear. And it kind of sucks because the kids get wrapped up in it. I keep calling them kids. They're young adults, whatever you want to call them. But that is a tough thing to push away. If like, don't listen to the gambling ring who's giving you a window to make $500,000 by throwing a couple of games. And this is how much money's getting thrown into it. So this is the same case where they came out and said there were 17 different schools, 39 different players. It goes on to say, well, it's unclear how much was bet overall. The indictment shows the gambling ring was wagered at least $3.6 million on the first half and full game spreads of college games. The two games that saw the most money wagered were $458,000 on Townsend to cover the first half spread against North Carolina A&T. And on February 29th, $424,000 on a Kent State to cover the first half spread against Buffalo. This is what I mean by the games they're going after. You're not going to see this
on TV, really. Probably not.
Exactly. It
not
is going to
ESPN.
be.
You might see it on ESPN2 or something like that, but it won't be, I won't say mainstream, but it won't be the number one broadcasted show.
And it'll be the kids who aren't getting that number one NIL money. They're going to be catching kids who, some of these, they might be first years in school. They could be first year college kids. What's the term for that? Why am I blanking on that?
Freshman?
Now, like when you're the first in the family.
First generation?
Yeah, they could be a first generational and like their family hasn't acquired wealth or they still have a rough backing and they need money and they don't have the money to take care of them. Like they're also going to play onto these kids' hearts and letting them know they could take. So that's where you're right. Like, I don't want to punish the kids too much, but you're in a slippery slope if you leave it a
it's
little
like,
bit.
but you also know that what you were doing was wrong. So it's like, yes. I'm giving you, and I'm not giving you a pass, but I'm also not giving you a slap on your hand.
2 years eligibility. That's it.
Nah, I'm just trying to think of like necessarily what else, could what can come from that, like. That would have to be something I have to like sit down and really think. But I think it starts off with 2 years of eligibility. If at the NFL level, Calvin really got banned for a year, and it wasn't even like on his own personal stuff. It was just on bets on his team to win or lose or other NFL games. He got a year. If he's getting a year and it had nothing to do necessarily with his performance, yeah, I don't. Yeah, it has to be that. Maybe NIL deals as well. Like for the next 3 years, you got to hit them in their pockets to where it's like, nah, like it's not the guaranteed money that I have coming in to wait is not worth giving up that just because or just trying to get away with something.
Yeah, you'd have to make it so the quick money
it's not
kicks you out of the long term. Yep. Yeah, you'd have to eliminate, like if you get the quick term money, like that eliminates your potential to make any long term money while you're in college. Now, if you graduate college and go start an LLC, congrats. Like you can make money that way, legit. But yeah, it's a tough one. And my fear is these gambling rings, and we've talked about this before. It drives me crazy. Every segment sponsored by Draft Picks, sponsored by fantasy football picks, sponsored by I don't even know, MGM, all these other big ones. Like we have saturated sports with sports gambling, that these gambling companies get bigger and bigger. These gambling rings are showing up more and more and more because people have made it such a lucrative business. There's always intel in sports. There's always some people on the inside that are closer to the news than you are, the average fan. So when I see every segment sponsored by MGM and DraftKings and whatever picks, put in crap gambling name and picks after. That's 99% of the sports gambling sites. It's a bad look. Like it's a bad way to get money. I've always kind of stood on that, and I'll continue to stand on that. Gambling is not a great way to go get a bunch of money. It's and these gambling companies, these major overheads will say, well, we'll put this into the schools and we'll put this into the streets. Yeah, after you take a big scoop off the top and put it into your next investment, don't buy that stuff. So it always drives me up a wall a little bit when I see, a organization like the NFL who is so anti-gambling, like ESPN and these universities, and then to have like all these segments sponsored by sports gambling companies. You're asking for trouble. No one is.
I mean, they accepting the money for the commercials and everything like that because they pay for that. That's just not like given to people. So I mean, they pay out of pocket. Now you might want to charge double or charge a little bit more for them to occupy that spot. That may be a little bit different to kind of knock it out and not see as much. But I mean, they probably won't do that.
No, the money's too good. And you know who's really good at making money that can throw a lot of money at these TV stations? Is gambling companies. Like there's a reason that every casino you go into is just beautiful. Like, oh, those guys do all right. They're all right on the money scenario. So yeah, I like that idea. Charge them double. In a beautiful world, like for my case, I just think, no, get the hell out of my office. I'm never doing a deal with you guys. Like, I can't stand it. The way you guys kind of rip off. And, you know, I mean, you see it all the time. The youth gambling is going up a wall.
I feel like it's right each year. Like it doubles in what it was the year before. I mean, they get exposed. I mean, that's just kind of how stuff is. I mean, the access that people have to get to things and to see things, and the access that, you know, these companies can get to people and whatnot and everything like that is just too easy, and it's hard to, you know, minimize that and everything like that. So I mean, there's no true way of, I don't really think, stopping it, unless it's just like, no, if you do this and this and that, you know, your college career is over. Like, you know, I think outside of saying that, you know, it's just going to be something that you're going to have to deal with.
Yeah, and like, you want them to still go get their degree, but like you said, it's got to outweigh a potential $500,000. Like, that's $500,000. You got to try to outweigh that. Try to get into an 18-year-old's conscious and saying, hey, I know the $500,000 looks good, but you're going to really ruin like potential for a lot of these future endeavors. And being an athlete, maybe you don't get the instant money, but even here at Nebraska,
but even with scholarships and everything like that, like, I mean, everything's like it's a daycare. They give you everything. Like, you know, you need some new shoes. Okay, I need some new clothes. Okay, I'm sick and I need pain meds. Okay, we got our own doctors. You know, I need braces. Okay, we got our own dentists. Like, any and everything that you would need in a collegiate. And I'm not saying not every school is like that, but for the most part, you know, every school typically takes care, you know, to the best ability of their athletes. Even, you know, the lower division ones. Now, you might not get as much money or whatnot, but school is still paid for. Meals are still probably paid for. You're still getting clothes. You might not get as much,
but they're trying.
You know, but I mean, you still get taken care of.
Yeah, and you know, that's where these smaller schools are gonna really have to fight this battle. I feel bad for the smaller programs that are already kind of getting bullied in this NIL world, and now they're also going to be attacked by the gambling rings. Because again, if you're a gambling ring and you're attacking a March Madness Elite Eight game, you're a moron. Like, that's going to be a lot easier to get found out. And it's going to be a good chance that whoever you're trying to recruit is a whistleblower and blows you out of the water and points out that you're a gambling ring because you're trying to get me to throw an Elite Eight game. Like, that's where it gets tough, is these smaller schools continue to get the shortest straw out of this. Because again, the schools that they mentioned in this case were North Carolina, A&T, and Townsend. And then the other game was Kent State and Buffalo. How many people watch those games that are listening right now? I'm going to guess 2, maybe 5. That are listening in their cars, in the radio right now that actually watch.
Do you know where Towson is at? I know where it's at.
I feel like I do. Massachusetts?
No.
Okay.
Maryland.
Where's it at?
Maryland.
Okay. I was close. Start with an M, right?
that is right.
But yeah, it's just interesting. Hopefully this stuff stops. I don't know what the direct order would have to be. You know, like I said, in my perfect world, I'm just not making deals with any of these gambling companies anymore because I think they're getting too much push. If I really had my way, I wouldn't allow gambling on just an app. I think it makes sense that you have to go in physically to go and do that stuff, but I'm not in politics. I'm talking about sports. So you guys do what you want. I'm not against gambling, but it sucks when you see it. When you see the corruption
that it brings into the game, the integrity of the game.
Yeah, because there may be good gambling, like people do it. You know, there's a wedding, bachelor party, go nuts. But then there's the corruption side of gambling, and we're starting to see that more and more in sports. And I encourage you guys to go look at it because now people are doing the classic thing. Let's go through the tapes. Can we look at moments? And boy, some of them stick out like a sore thumb. People just like pretending that they thought it was their teammate and just throwing it out of bounds to a ref. And it's like, okay, you did that once, you did that twice, and then you airballed 3 threes. What's going on here? And miraculously, you guys just happen to cover the spread at the very end after a few timely turnovers and a few really, really bad jump shots. It looks worse when you get the paper, when you see the actual film of it. Now people are dinging that up, and that's also not fun for the players because they're going to be heckled nonstop for it, probably till the end of their collegiate career. being involved with it and then taking the money. So it's a no-win situation. Unless the gambling rings get held accountable, then we can at least feel a little bit better that these guys aren't just able to go into these college teams, these lesser college teams that don't have as much money, and really prey at these athletes who aren't getting the same benefits and the same amount of money. But, you can, again, throw that money in their face, and that'll change a lot of people's minds, including probably my mind if I was young enough. So not blaming anyone, just unfortunate. Wanted to bring that out right out of the gate because we all kind of saw that happening. We figured it was going to keep happening. Odds are that this is just a small one for what's to come.
This is just one of the ones that they've caught. I'm pretty sure there's others out there.
Yeah. And what scares me the most is this is just another small fry. I feel like one day we're going to see, not 17 schools, but we're going to be like, there's at least 50 schools that we've caught in 1 year doing this. And there's over 100 and some players, or over 200 and some players, because it's just it's that accessible now. It's really easy to go make a quick bet or have your buddies make an account, make the bet for you, and then just go meet at the crib later and count out the money. That's what happens. It's not a very complicated process. If I really wanted to, I could figure out a way to probably fix a game and maybe get away with it just by being smart with who I'm texting and how I'm leaving the paper trail behind. It's just way too easy right now. A bit of concern for college sports. Don't go anywhere. We'll get more positive on the other side right here. 93.7 The Ticket. Don't Punt Tower. Good morning, Pierson-El, Harrison Arts.
What does it mean to be rich? Maybe it's less about reaching a magic number and more about discovering the magic in life. I'm Ryan Buck, your Lincoln, Nebraska, Edward Jones financial advisor. Count on me for your financial strategies that can help support a life you love. Because the key to being rich is knowing what counts. Contact me today at 402-483-0377. Again, that's 402-483-0377. And let's find you rich. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Husker Nation, the countdown is on for the biggest women's basketball event of the year, PAC PBA, coming up January 24th. This year, we're heating things up with the Big Red Beach Party. Watch your Huskers take on Big Ten opponent Illinois, decked out in your best tropical gear, with a specialty tropical drink in hand, all inside Pinnacle Bank Arena. PAC PBA is your tropical getaway right here in Lincoln. Get your tickets today at huskers.com/PACPBA. At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, Your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Hey guys, this is former UFC fighter and mixed martial artist Anthony Lionheart Smith. The Upside Bar and Lounge in South Lincoln is the go-to spot for every UFC event, prelims, and main card. There's never a cover, so make sure you get there early and stay late. Upside Bar and Lounge has daily specials, a margarita club, and a taco club. And don't forget, they just added Buzz Bowls to their menu. Learn more about upcoming events by visiting UpsideBarLNK.com and stop into their South Lincoln location for every UFC event on 27th and Pine Lake.
Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the premier indoor golf experience in the state. The weather in the winter months is cold, windy, and as unpredictable as a tee shot on the 450-yard par 4. With top-of-the-line full-swing simulators and a PGA teaching professional, Back Nine Golf is there to help you improve your game and lower your score. Back Nine Golf is open to the public with 24/7 access for members. Learn about Back Nine's variety of memberships today and see the facility for yourself at 7501 South 15th Street in Lincoln, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Back Nine Golf, your premier indoor golf and events destination.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
All right, welcome back in. Second segment, Don't Punt Hour. Good morning, Pierson-El, Harrison Owens. As always, you guys are welcome to join in. Start a Heyman text line via the streams as well. You can comment through all those ways. Technology is phenomenal. All right, good morning, Pierson-El. We talked about it yesterday. It's still speeding along here. I don't think anything official, but at least this is a legit account that at least tweeted this out. This one from Matt Zenitz. USC is likely hiring Nebraska special teams coordinator Mike Eckler. Sources tell CBS Sports. Now, I don't know if that means they're going to hire him as a defensive coordinator, is my assumption. I don't think he's obviously leaving for another special teams coordinator job when Matt Rule said he would make him the highest paid coordinator, the second head coordinator when it comes to special teams. Your thoughts on that? The USC rumor still not fully on its legs, but getting
if he is going for the defensive coordinator, position, I mean, sunny California, you can't be mad at that.
No, he would be, right? Like, there's no way he would leave for another special teams coordinator. Yeah.
Absolutely not. If it's a special team situation, that would be definitely a head scratcher. It most definitely have to be for a defensive coordinator position. And I mean, and if it is, like I said, I mean, I can't be mad at somebody setting goals from this stuff and going out there and chasing it. You had an opportunity to promote him and you didn't. So, I mean, if it is, best of luck for him. Still all love, not matter. There's no animosity or anything like that. I mean, they got a good one. Congratulations to them.
Yeah, what's going to hurt is like if USC has like a top 10 defense next year. Just be sitting there like, boy. All right, Ulrich, you're next. What do you got? We'll see what all happens there. Again, that's not official. It has not been signed, but that is the first, actual big main account that's actually got some real inside knowledge. That's not some Centel account. That's the one thing with Twitter that sucks now. Everyone's got a million fake burner accounts and a million parody accounts, which lame way to spend your time. I will say, I don't know what the kick is out of that. Just like making fake tweets.
I don't understand why people be having my backup page and who cares?
People got your backup. I have seen your backup page.
I don't have a bad. It's not
Well,
ran by me.
yeah.
It's not ran by me. It's not. I have one page. That is it.
Rumors are that you're paying people to run these burner accounts for you.
Good luck with that one.
No, that's obviously not true. I think you'd be the last guy I'd suspect of having.
I just say it myself. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, it's just we live in a strange world, to say the very least. I got no problems with people tweeting, having fun, but it's a little bit.
I'll say it to people's face. I'll say it to you through Twitter. I'm not the one to hide or shame or be ashamed of what I said. I'm gonna say what I said and mean it.
Well, because your name's on it. That's the one thing about these burners. Like, and again, you can have your fun with it, but when you're just like spewing real criticism and you're talking like elite ball knowledge and your name is Rule Lover 34 to the moon, like, buddy, I'm not taking you seriously no matter how many tweets or how many followers you got. Like, if you can't put your name on it, I don't feel great about anything you got to say, unless you're just having fun hyping things up. Like the Fo Pelini account, that one was great.
That was fun.
Yeah, like you can do it. Like there's two ways to go about it, but don't be the the weird burner name and also try to be the breaking news guy, because at that point you just look silly to me. At least that's my opinion. All right, good morning, Pierson. Now that we cleared up that you're not running burner accounts though. With Husker football, how are we feeling? I ask this question a lot, but it feels like it changes on a day-to-day basis, especially right here in Lincoln. And we'll go through some more of the transfer guys that we got. But how are you feeling as of right now with the progress of Husker football with a lot of time left? We're still not even in the summer before we get to fall.
You know how like you get like in trouble or something like that, and you get sent out, and you just waiting for the news to come, or you're waiting for the principal to come out and grab you, and you're just sitting there pondering in your thoughts. That's how I am right now. Like, it's like I see the news. It's like, okay, that's good, but it's like, I need to see it in live action. And like I said, for me, I probably, really won't feel better until after week 6 or 7 next year.
Yeah, it's funny. Me and Matt talked about
We've seen the team start off well. We've seen the team, win early and everything like that. But it's the things that needed to be changed didn't change, from year 1 to 2 and everything like that. And the first 2 years I think are a little bit different than year 3. You had Tony White on the defense. Defense was absolutely, offense just kind of was trying to catch its breath, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, and you also had Nash and oh man,
Ty.
Thank you, Ty Robinson. Yeah, you also had elite talent there, which really helped Tony.
I mean, not just them. You had Bullock in the middle. You had Gifford, at that safety linebacker. So I mean, you had key pieces, and you had a lot of players that have been around, and that kind of like has grown, that have grown up before our eyes, and it all kind of like it was a perfect storm, and it was never really both sides really complimenting each other or complimenting each other for the full season. I would say that we've seen them take off. The Colorado game early, we've seen that. The Illinois game, I think.
I was gonna say Indiana. Hold your phone.
I meant Illinois. The first year, Dylan Rose first year where we were right in it, and it just kind of like fell off, where both teams were undefeated and everything like that. So we were in games right then and there. USC last year, and I understand he gets hurt and whatnot and everything like that. So like it's there, but until I see things really cement and turn the page, I'm like, yeah, that's good and everything like that. But will things look different when they're supposed to look different than the year or 2 years before?
Yeah, and that's like the worst plague for Husker football, I think, right now, is because
I like the moves, but
yeah, that's right. Like, I'm not saying, Matt Rule, he needs to do this. Like, I'm not in the position to tell this staff who they need to bring in, who they need to let go, and who they need to hire next. They've already hired some guys already, so it's not like I'm going to go change that. But the unfortunate part is we have to like wait till November, to your point, and me and Raph talked about that, where I'm really looking forward to another season. I'm going to enjoy the hell out of this basketball season, though, because they're playing that good, and shout out to those guys for keeping the winter nice and warm and something fun to watch. But you know, we ran into this buzzsaw of years in a row of feeling good, getting to November, and then the wheels completely fall.
How do we look when Big Ten football really starts? Big Ten football isn't the first 2 or 3, divisional games. No, it's that second rack going into the third tier. How do we look middle of the season and finishing out the season and whatnot? The 3 wins that we beat up on the teams that we paid them, we supposed to win. So I'm not really yes, those count or whatnot, but I'm not looking at those and being to really impressed unless a Cincinnati type game. I was impressed. A Colorado type game the years before and everything like that. Unless teams that are on your level, you're scheduling. When Tennessee, we were supposed to play Tennessee. If we would have played Tennessee early and would have held them to, if we would have showed a good showing against them, stuff like that is okay, I can see that. But until, like I said, you get game 6, game 7, you run into Minnesota late in the season, you run into Michigan late in the middle of the season, you run into a Penn State, late in the season, Michigan State, because Fitz is there. Michigan State is going to be a problem. There might not be a problem this upcoming year, but I think, in the next 2-3 years, he'll definitely get it figured out. Playing those in a Big Ten style of game and, dominating, that's how we have gone from, it doesn't look how it looked in the beginning of the season. I know it's not going to look like that, but at least, strong and finishing out to where we're dominant.
Yeah. Who's the coach for Northwestern now?
The old Northwestern coach.
Braun? No.
Fitzgerald. Is it Fitzgerald?
Well, he's down there at Michigan State now.
Huh?
Because Fitzgerald's down there at Michigan State.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Who's at Northwestern now? That's what I'm trying to say.
I can't think of his name.
I'm just going to Google. Oh, David Braun. Is that way? He was appointed in late 2023. I don't know if they have a head coach yet. I know they got Chip Kelly as OC. I got to figure this out. I'm not going to spend time on it. I'll put it on the other side because I don't want to just start yelling out names. And Google's not participating well with me. But yeah, I mean, the Big Ten's not going to get any slower.
No.
Year in, year out, you look at these coaches in the Big Ten and you waited around long enough. Then where Indiana's a damn powerhouse. That's how long we've waited. So
yeah, but you can't even put them in the situation just because it's different. He brought his whole staff with him. They know what he wants. They know what the expectation is, and they go out there and execute it. They know the type of players that they're looking for, whether or not that's at JMU or this is year 2 of them leaving and had to bring in more parts. They know the prototype, what to bring in and what to get out, and the easy part's done. If you go there, what to expect.
Yeah, and it's crazy. We're not asking to go beat Penn State and Ohio State or even Oregon. Just beat Oregon, just beat Iowa. Not every year, but I mean, 1 out of every 3.
I think the same level as Illinois.
Yeah, you got to.
There's no reason why, especially this year, we couldn't get to that.
Well, it's that middle tier of the Big Ten that we always talk about.
Get back to 9.
Yeah,
9 wins. That would be a building block of pursuing stuff. But you start winning like that and everything like that, most definitely NIL is covered. But you start winning like that and everything like that, definitely you'll attract the type of players that you need to take the next step.
Well said. The easiest way to recruit players is go win. And that's where
bowl games. So I mean, them going to bowl games and that helps and everything like that. But still 2 to 3 more wins out of the season, and then we'll things will really be rolling.
Yeah, and you want to win more games because that's a tough draw getting Utah. I'm glad we had some time to not talk about that one immediately after result.
But I mean, we played Utah without some people.
I don't care. That Utah team was better, top to bottom, and the score says that. And they could have. It's also, we could say, well, we had some players not participate, and that's what those guys is right. But what Utah's done is magical.
For sure.
Mean, you're in.
And that coach is going to bring that to Michigan, and it's going to work. They're going to be a problem.
Yep, they're going to probably be better. I don't see Michigan getting worse. Penn State, we got lucky.
And I don't know if that defensive coordinator is still staying there, because if he's still staying there, I mean, arguably, between him and honestly, Ohio State's defensive coordinator, you can throw Indiana in there for defense as well. But I mean, those were I think the best coordinators in the conference.
Yeah, not wrong. I agree with you. Well, let's just hope, that's all we can do, because I'm not in there calling the shots, and neither are you, DeMornay Pierson-El, but we'll certainly talk about the shots that are made with this Husker football program. We got a lot of time, though, so we'll keep waiting for these chips to fall, and we'll see everything that happens. But a lot of time left. Like I said, we do have Husker hoops to just enjoy the ride and watch how awesome those guys have been. Don't go anywhere. We'll finish up with some Husker hoops, and I'll give you that Northwestern head coach's name. Don't go anywhere. Don't Punt Tower with DeMornay Pierson-El, Harrison Arns.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit OakStreetCarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all.
Oak Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Hi, I'm Scott Miller, Business Development Officer at Midwest Bank's Lincoln branches. As a lifelong Lincolnite with over 30 years of experience in financial management, I'm here to help your business grow and succeed. My focus is building strong relationships with businesses and clients across Lincoln. Because at Midwest Bank, we believe banking is about people, not just numbers. Visit us at midwest.bank or stop by one of our Lincoln locations. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
Welcome back in. Final segment. Don't Punt Hour. Good morning, Pierson-El. Harrison Arns, as always, keeping you company till midnight. Well, I'll be here till midnight. Good morning, Pierson-El's got stuff to do. He's got a day job as well, not just a night job. So, with that being said, I had to look it up. David Braun, yeah, he hasn't left. He wasn't part of that coaching carousel whatsoever. So that's why. Northwestern, they still have David Braun rolling into next season. But a little bit of Husker hoops news. Women's team, they had a big one tonight. Unfortunately, they took a loss to a very good number 15 ranked Michigan State team. Hargrove had a really good game, though. She dropped 21 points. They are still sitting all right. I mean, they're 14-4. All four of their losses are to ranked opponents. So they're all quad one losses. Not the worst thing in the world, but unfortunate because they did have a pretty big opportunity for that one. Up next, though, for the men is Northwestern. And Northwestern has been struggling pretty heavily in the basketball world this year. They still got Martinelli. Bluey's gone, which, thank the Lord, he was giving us problems for years and years and years. I thought he was there for 10 years, but he is no longer there playing. And you're sitting here, there's only 3 undefeated teams left in the country after Vanderbilt fell to Texas last night. Miami, Ohio, everyone's favorite MAC team. Then you got Arizona and then Nebraska, just like everyone predicted. Who's more likely to stay undefeated through this stretch?
How long, through what stretch? Like, how long are we?
You should say till whenever. I'll give you, let me pull up the schedules, but I'll give you like the next 4 games. And I know obviously for Nebraska basketball, it's going to start with Northwestern, and then I will pull Arizona as well, so we don't leave them out and look at their next games. I believe the ones to look at, or Arizona is going to have BYU the night before that we go play Michigan. So here's the next 4 for Nebraska. Nebraska has Northwestern, and that one is on the 17th, just 2 days away. Then Washington at home, on the road, Minnesota, on the road versus number 4 Michigan. Arizona has UCF at home, on the road versus Cincinnati, at home versus West Virginia, and then on the road versus BYU. And that BYU game is the day before we play Michigan.
I mean, but both teams can still be undefeated and everything like that. They got 2 games. I mean, those are the type of games that you won. I mean, we can definitely pull it out. But I mean, of course, any game they have a chance to lose. Don't overlook your opponent. So I mean, but both teams can, still be on the same path. Yeah,
and then into this texter right here, 0278 says Martinelli still lingers at Northwestern. He does. He definitely does. And he's their best player by far this year. I mean, he's given us fits in the past, so I don't want to discount him whatsoever because he's he's been a problem. Just a really good scrappy. He reminds me a little bit of like how the Sabonis plays. Montes Sabonis in the NBA, just kind of can score at 3 levels. He's really crafty. He's good at just getting the N1s. He's going to get in there for 5 or more rebounds a game. It's up to the other guys. If the other guys step up, that team can be really competitive, but it does hover around Martinelli. If we slow him down, then you feel really good about Nebraska's odds, but it is a road game, and road games are always tough to come by. It's just crazy to be sitting here. Top 10 basketball program in the country.
We'll take it.
17-0.
We'll
3
take it.
games left, undefeated. You got multiple weeks in a row, people projecting them as the number 1 seed. I mean, DeMornay Pierson-El. It's one thing to say Nebraska basketball will be back in March Madness next season. It's one thing to say, yeah, you guys will be number 1 potentially. People would think, we got in a couple of 5 stars and maybe Warren Buffett finally put some money into the University of Nebraska.
I mean, this could be a thing that, really jump some things off and wake kids up and just be like, look, this is what can happen if you come here, you stick around, and you buy into the program. So, I mean, it definitely helps you bring players in.
Yeah, I wonder what Freddie Hoiberg is going to be able to pull off now. Because, I mean, does that not look like a fun offense to play for? Especially when you're watching Sanford go nuclear the way he's been able to. And, Fred Hoiberg, even at the press conference, he had to tell Braden Frager and Bryce Sanford to shoot the blank ball. Shoot it. You guys are open. You guys are good. I didn't bring you to Nebraska so you could not run my offense. That's in the offense. Take the shots. And that's a fun offense to play for. And then you look at the connectivity and you kind of see how
you see how things can be ran when they're ran the right way. So, if you do come or you decide to, this is a place where you want to be at and everything like that, you follow what, they're saying and stick to stuff and everything like that. You're going to have opportunity. I mean, even in the years past, we've seen scorers come here and still go off and still win 20 games, and go to the tournament. So, I mean, we've seen, an evolution of some stuff. So it's just, especially with this year, look, bring what you need to bring and everything like that, but still buy into what the team kind of is and what the vision is and whatnot. And then, by the time you look up, who's to say, where your name could be at potentially.
Yeah. And, the fact that we got Jamarcus Lawrence back too, it makes me feel good about how Fred Hoiberg recruits these players and how he keeps that door open. And you don't get a player back in your door, especially last year. Again, last year we didn't make the tournament, but we get Jamarcus Lawrence back unless there is that belief that, this guy handles me pretty well.
Even if he was on the team last year, that's definitely a few games. That's easily a few games. That could be a 5 to 6 game swing right there. I mean, you're looking at, 25 and whatever.
You're not wrong. I mean, he has those games. He had the one versus Indiana, a crucial game to keep that undefeated record alive. And Jamarcus Lawrence says, hey, how about 27? Ranked mass. Don't worry about it. I got it covered today. It's just been fun. This team is so fun to root for. And shout out to those guys. They have the women's team for keeping the winter interesting. We can't always do that around here when it comes to the Nebraska hoops, but it's certainly been that this year. That is DeMornay Pierson-El. I am Harrison Arns. Appreciate you guys listening as always. Talk to you again next week, DeMornay. Appreciate the time. Me and DP up next.
Empower a child today with the